Today's game features arguably the best defense in the NFL. The 49ers are top 10 in fewest points allowed, and they'll be up against the Seahawks offense that wants to hang a big number on them. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are down the peninsula from San Francisco as you get a look inside modern Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Guyton alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
He's always been an incredible decision maker on the field. Takes care of the ball really well, puts his team in the right positions, makes sure the play calls are accurate. Also was a minor league baseball player. Didn't hit very well there. I think he made a great career choice picking football.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Fresh set of downs here. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense, and one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 2nd down, Rawls. Look at the spin. And not much running room. Down to the 32. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. And the 49ers on the defensive side of the football.
Eric Armstead was a big-time high school basketball player turned into college football All-American. Now they're counting on him in the NFL to fulfill his promise.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
This is Rawls, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
And this has been an excellent drive to start the game off. Move the ball downfield well. Now they're set up at 1st and goal after that last really nice run. Exactly how a coach would draw things up. This is how you want to start a game, and that's all they've preached all week long about how they wanted to come out of the gate.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And it's 1st and goal now, but still 10 yards to go. They'll run with Rawls. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Second and goal now from the 8. Wilson going to give to Rawls. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Here's Wilson, and this is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and it's 4th and 3.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So on 4th down, on comes Stephen Hauschka to try and get the Seahawks 3. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their quarterback who played for the Nevada Wolfpack in college. It's Colin Kaepernick.
And when he's at his best, Colin Kaepernick epitomizes what most people are looking for in a quarterback nowadays. Not just a guy who can throw it, but a guy who can be a big part of the run game and really break down defenses.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, we can easily say what a start defensively. First quarter, and the defense already got in the lead before they even stepped on the field. And now they come up with an interception on the very first play they're out there. If they can turn this into points, that would be an absolute dream start to this game.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And a long way to go for the offense here on second down. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes him back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. Finding time. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. And this is Latimer, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one. A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, and they've got it here with a first down. First and 10. Here's Kaepernick. And he gets it complete to Latimer. And he's brought down. Give him 16 on the pickup. And the 49ers are going to get a first. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Here's Kaepernick to throw. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Cody Latimer, his 9th touchdown of the season. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. You can't bring him down.
The weight room does work. Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's second down. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on third down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Wilson. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And fourth down coming up.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
So on fourth down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. Back deep, Dre Archer. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here's Kaepernick, and he's got his man on the out route. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down 49ers. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Play clock winding down. First down, a run with Hyde. And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
3 yards remaining here on second down. Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. Out to the flat for Hyde. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Cap gives to the tailback Hyde. And he's brought down. Well, they'll get 16 yards there. And it'll be a San Francisco first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Kaepernick now on first down. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Cody Latimer, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now Dawson for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The drive begins with a run by Rawls. And he's brought down. 10 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Eli Harold from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And left side here, it's Graham. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you're talking about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the 2nd quarter. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. Back to the booth right after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before that. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And his throw here's incomplete. Jeremy Curley, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Kaepernick will try again on 2nd down. And he fires one incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Cody Latimer, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
So on fourth down, out comes Bradley Pinion to punt this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, the All-Pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
In the slot on the right is Graham. On first down, Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Wilson on second down. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Second and 10 now, Wilson. They set up the screen to Rawls. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to have a third down. Still in search of the first down after that last completion. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On third down, Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Here's John Ryan now as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Kaepernick now on first down. Looking here for Smith downfield. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Second down following the incompletion. Kaepernick will try again on second down. And this is Latimer, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
91.
A final shot before half for Kaepernick. Looking here for Smith downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry.
Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now.
On the return, here's Dree Archer. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Time running out here on the play clock. The snap comes at 1. Now Kaepernick out to the flat for Hyde. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. And he connects with Vance McDonald. Give him 11 on the gain there. And that leads to a San Francisco first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Hey, 91. He's checking
Kaepernick now on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's second down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Kaepernick again here on 2nd and 10. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Kaepernick now on first down. He dumps it to Hyde. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On second down, Hyde. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They come up in an offset eye. The play clock's running down. On first and 10, here's Kaepernick. And Selleck here, left side. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Play clock winding down. Throwing now is Kaepernick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Time running out here on the play clock. To throw, it's Kaepernick. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And Dawson's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er defense now heading back out there. They're hoping to do what they did last time, force another punt. Last time it resulted in a field goal. We'll see if they can get another stop here, though.
And the best defenses are in the business of preventing points and creating points. And that's exactly what these guys did on their last possession. Why? Because they got off the field on 3 and out, turned the ball over to their offense after the punt, and let them roll downfield and put the ball through the post for a field goal.
They start on the ground with Rawls. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Ian Williams with a tackle.
Now that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run. They made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Here's John Ryan now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up and they tend to play well.
Kaepernick now on 1st down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll need to get the play off quickly. There may be something in the defense that got Kaepernick's attention as he's going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
91. 91. Switch. Switch. Hey, 91.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Second down following the run. The play clock's running down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Third down and 5.
Hey, we got tight left, tight end left. 4 down, check, 4 down, check it out, read.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
And here's Phil Dawson now with a 49er field goal unit. This to make it a 3-score game late. And the kick for the 41-year-old is up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And he was able to find a very soft spot in that zone coverage.
I love that term, Brandon. That soft spot where you find the open area, set up, and catch the football before the hard collision comes afterwards.
On 1st down, Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. They set up the screen to Rawls. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
I as we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So 2nd and 10 here. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
To throw again is Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Thomas rolls his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. It's up, it's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back.
Return team. Highlighted 1st down.
Kaepernick now on 1st down. Curley's got it complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And that is incomplete. Carlos Hyde was the target. Now 4th down.
Well, that was pretty nice to watch if you like a defense's perspective, because they understood where the 1st down line was as much as the offensive guys did. Did not give up any more ground, and when the ball was thrown, reacted really well and swatted it away. One of the advantages of zone defense. You never take your eyes off the court.
Oh, the Seahawks come after it, and they block it. But they will stop him before he gets to the marker, and they will take over after the block punt. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the evidence shows last week's game, it's really leaked into a second game now, Charles. What do you think of this?
And it's a surprise, isn't it? Because when we spent time watching them practice, talking with the coaches, they felt like a bounce back was going to happen this week. They were very confident in the game plan, thought the defenses they would see would present great opportunities for big-time runs. We're not getting that so far. I don't know if it's the game plan or if they're just being overwhelmed by the defense they're facing.
Wilson. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. After the interception, here's Wilson surveying the field, and that'll be incomplete.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. On 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it. Rawls. Thomas Rawls unable to push his way forward for the first. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Kaepernick looking to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And now a 1st down following that long gain. Back to throw, Kaepernick. And caught by Curley. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. To throw is Kaepernick. Out to the flat for Hyde. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
There's no doubt that his size is a factor, but I've seen a lot of big running backs in the league not have that kind of impact because they don't run like a big back should. Get behind their pads, as they like to say, lower center of gravity, and knock people backwards. Sometimes they run too upright and take too many hits. Not this guy. He knows how to get low, break tackles, and gain additional yardage.
So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll run, hide, and he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that would just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And the lead is up to 14. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. Lockett the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. They win game number 9, which was their target number in the final game of the year.
And for some teams, that's the best thing that they can do. Achieve their goals. Everyone always talks about getting to the playoffs, winning more games than that. I understand that. But for some teams, getting things going in the right direction to hit their goal, I think that's fantastic. Something to build on.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.